Cameroon International Film Festival. Now, that is the full meaning of CAMIFF, to those of you who might be doubting. So CAMIFF actually stands for the Cameroon International Film Festival, and like we mentioned, it has 5 good days from day 1 right up to day 5, where we wrap up with the award nights. Now, talking about the award nights, ladies and gentlemen, the award night is the last day of CAMIFF. And on the award night, of course, a lot of people and a lot of departments in filmmaking are given recognition for the hard works that they put in place and they contribute to the growth of the 237 entertainment industry, especially towards the movie making sector. Now, when I talk about departments, I'm talking about script writing, I'm talking about directing, and of course cinematography. I'm talking about the films in themselves, all right? Films that are worth recognizing, and of course their production houses. And yes, this time around, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are, of course, our landlords in the studio at the Grace at Work Studios. And yes, they have been doing a lot to contribute to the growth of the 237 entertainment industry, which is why they have been recognized for their hard works during their long time that have been spent in the movie sector.
Yes, and most of the times people feel like when we're talking about Grace at Work's production in general, we're talking only about pictures, only about them doing their personal things. But did you ever know that Grace at Work Studios has the ability to produce beautiful movies? Okay, they have been, they have produced 2 movies.
Yeah.
And people will be like, how do they do it? And if you even get to look at the cast, you're going to be shocked that amongst them is the boss of the bosses. But before I even get to mention that, let's just call out the names of these movies. No Divorce and...
Of course, A Letter to My Dead Mother. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace at Work Productions have produced so many movies, all right? In their archives, they have a lot of movies. Those of you who are closely watching and following up on their activities, you'll find out that we cannot begin to name how many movies that they have produced. But mind you, CAMIFF 2024, Grace at Work Studios, I beg your pardon, have been recognized for, they recognized 2 outstanding movies amongst the artillery of Grace at Work Studios. And which of these movies am I talking about? I'm talking about No Divorce, just like Panka said, as well as A Letter to My Dead Mother. Now, if you listen just from the title of these movies, you would find out that, of course, No Divorce happens to talk about
a lot of heartbreaks.
Yeah, a couple that are probably in love, and then they might, something went south along the relationship.
And it's this kind of things that makes me feel like I really want to dig deeper into loving you, Zegden, but I feel like it's still about the road to CAMIFF. And it's important for them to know that this is not just a simple production, but for them to be nominated at the level of the Cameroon Short Film and also a Feature Film Award for these 2 movies. It means Grace at Work Studios has been doing a lot. And of course, you should be present to ensure that you can be a living testimony to this creativity.
Certainly, there are production houses in the 237 film industry who have lasted more than 10 years but have still not been able to mark their name on the sands of time as far as movie production is concerned. But Grace at Work Productions, ladies and gentlemen, has operated just for about 5 years, and they have already begun gaining recognition as far as this particular CAMIFF is concerned. Now, CAMIFF is a familiar face and a name, one of the biggest names in Cameroon, and for CAMIFF to be able to endorse your project, you certainly know that you are doing a lot for yourself. And yes, just like we said, for the role of the categories of the feature film and of course short film categories, Grace at Work Studios have produced 2 outstanding movies, No Divorce as well as A Letter to My Dead Mom. When you hear about A Letter to My Dead Mom, Panka, what comes to mind?
Filled with regrets, probably.
Heartbreak.
A lot of thinking. In fact, all these movies are all about heartbreaks, and it makes me want to ask the question: is it that the boss of the boss is actually going through a lot hiddenly and he doesn't want to tell us, or maybe something else is on it?
Well, when you talk about heartbreaks, I mean there are different kinds of heartbreaks.
Different kinds of
the No Divorce might be love-related kind of heartbreak, and then A Letter to My Dead Mom could just be, you lost your mom somewhere along the line, and we already know.
What if it was caused by a lover?
You lost your mom. Yeah, that's double.
That is why it is important for all the viewers right now to tune in into the coming of CAMIFF, and why not be a participant? You should go and ensure to visualize these movies for yourself so that you can get to maybe look at the whole production and try to join it with its title. Before we get to continue, then I love birthdays. I love parties. I
I
love
do.
anniversaries. And you know what I'm
The
talking
glittery
about.
stuff. I
The
don't know.
glittery stuff.
Tell me.
So you want to tell me that you don't know that the amazing anniversary of Grace at Work production in general is coming up on the 26th of June. Now the question is that have you prepared your dancing shoes? Because I am ready. I'm ready to give it hot and back to back. What about you?
What do you think? I mean, I was born ready, all right? That 26th June, the delay now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are celebrating the Grace Award Production Studios in a very, very big way, all right? Grace Award Productions in general, of course, offer a plethora of services, and I can say confidently that their presence in this industry has contributed massively to its growth. And when I talk about contributions, I'm talking about movie making, I'm talking about directing, I'm talking about script writing, I'm talking about grooming, and of course disseminating actors, models, a lot of talented editors, and a lot more that Grace at Work Productions have offered the industry in just 5 years of their existence. Ladies and gentlemen, it is just 5 years, and like I said, they are doing wondrous things in the industry. Now, there is also a lot of buzz as far as this is concerned, all right? So many people taking upon their social media handles to talk about Grace Award Productions and the anniversary that is coming up. Like I said, that 26th June, waste time now. As for me, I was born ready.
You are dripping already. And it's also important to let the viewers know that if you ask yourself the question that how exactly can I get more information about this anniversary in general, it's important for you to stay tuned. Remember, do not shake, okay? Stay tuned and just keep watching us. There's going to be a video that will play right now to give you more insight. Stay tuned.
Greetings everyone, I'm Doreen Olama, an actress, scriptwriter. Some of the challenges I faced on this set were...
You're welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I bet that you enjoyed that beautiful piece that's just from displaying on your screens right about now. Yes, sir, that is just one of Grace at Work's talents that they've been able to groom from the start right up to this point in time. Yes, that beautiful face you saw there, she's no other person but Ola Ada. We call her Ola Ada, of course, but you know her as Ada Olama. However you want to put it, of course, she's one of the biggest and most talented talents that you will come across, especially under the umbrella of Grace at Work Productions. Yes, in the movie that you're just from watching, ladies and gentlemen, she was just giving a short documentary of herself while partaking in 3 outstanding projects. Yes, and the first project, of course, was no other movie, but it was titled Ghostland. The second was Silent Vulture, and then the last was Never Enough. Those are 3 outstanding movies you might want to check out. And yes, like I said, that was just the first and just the tip of the iceberg. Ola Ada has so much more to offer. Right about now, we're going to be queuing in another project, okay, so that you get to know how far she has come from that time. Mind you that these projects that I'm just from calling were done in 2023. That is 1 year ago. So you are going to be finding out how far she has come just from that time till now. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Where on earth can you see, how can you say close up on tomato? It's not...
She actually gave the best of her as to compare with people who are actually working in this domain. I believe that her institution, wherever she's learning this.
Welcome back, dear viewers. The program is still dig deeper, you know, and it's still on the road to CAMIFF. So do not be scared if at all. We have, you know, moved away. We are still into the road to CAMIFF. You know, we cannot give to Caesar what actually belongs to Caesar. If at all we do not recognize that there is a boss in all of these things. I want you to also know that the Grace at Works production in general does a lot of amazing things. Aside from nurturing talents and ensuring that they get to, you know, follow exactly what they are doing, they also do a lot of amazing things like graphic designing, movie editing, movie scoring, you know, video coverages, a lot of nice things. Even birthday celebrations, they can do it for you. Making a beautiful t-shirt like this. If you want to glow like me, definitely you have to go to Grace at Work Productions. They are definitely in Boyo, right? Zenden, I think. And of course, they are there to serve and also deliver across the whole nation. So do not ask yourself who exactly can do multi things. Grace at Work Productions is actually a twin and even a quadruplet. Zenden.
Certainly, Grace at Work, they call themselves the multi-talented gospel audiovisual production house. I mean, a lot of things coming together. They are selfless promoters, of course, who are on a mission to discover and portray talents from all around the world. And just like I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, you were there and you saw one of their one of their best and finest talents in person of Ola Ada. And yes, you are just watching another clip where Ola got to participate in another outstanding movie project. And yes, she was outstanding. Just like I told you, that is just a 1 year difference from the time that she did the first video in 2023. And mind you, she got an award for one of the 3 movies I outlined. And which of the movie, you might ask? It was no other movie but Ghostland. Yes, she was one of the most outstanding talents, and yes, she was recognized. So Ola Ada is an award-winning actor on the Grace at Work Productions. Yes, and yes, you watching me right now are probably thinking and asking yourself, I'm really passionate about acting. Where can I go to be nurtured, to be schooled, and for my skills to be honed? Do not think any further. Grace at Work Productions is right here to give it to you 5 on 5. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. We are still on the road to CAMIFF, and we're going to be talking so much more about CAMIFF, right? Now, just like Panka here said, we have been derailing a little bit, but yes, we must give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And so right about now, let us come back, of course, to the crux of the matter. We are still talking about CAMIFF, the road to CAMIFF. So many things happen during CAMIFF. To those of you who have had the opportunity of attending maybe 1, 2, or 3 editions of CAMIFF, you certainly tell me some of the experiences that you took home. Now, no 2 experiences are ever the same. So CAMIFF has been running. This year is going to be the 7th edition of CAMIFF. And yes, it has been 7 years of different experiences, 7 years of buzz, 7 years of propaganda, 7 years of chakara on social media. And yes, now we're talking about some of the activities that took place during the day, and we cannot end without talking about some of the activities that take place during the night,
which is actually one of the things that the people think a lot about.
Yeah, of course. So many people don't even know that there are day activities. But anyway, right now, let us feed your fantasies, ladies and gentlemen. There are activities that happen during the night, and at the heart of all of these activities is the red carpet. Yes, the red carpet is that podium where people get to showcase their brands, their designers, and themselves to the camera with their beautiful dresses and attires. And mind you that as one of the how can I put it? What word am I looking for?
Participants.
Yes, as one of the no. I want to talk about their dress codes, right? Now, CAMIFF is absolutely free. Entrance is free. No ticket sold. Nothing needed. The only ticket and way into CAMIFF is your dress code. So if you meet their dress code for that particular day, of course, you go in, you have your fun. And yes, over the years, ladies and gentlemen, CAMIFF has registered outstanding outfits that you are going to be seeing in just a moment. We're going to be displaying to you some wonderful outfits that have caused buzzes on social media, has raised a lot of eyebrows, and got so many tongues wagging. There are some outfits that you might ask yourself, is it a human being in distress? I personally, for one, I was like, what? People really go all out.
Especially during the mask party, you get to see people becoming the real vultures, the real silent vultures. You get to see the real ghost people in the land of CAMIFF. And also, you just get to tell yourself that it's never enough. Yes, it's simply the productions of Grace at Work Productions. And it's still under the road to CAMIFF, right? And you know that when we're talking about CAMIFF, we're talking about creativity, we're talking about elevating your capacity to carry yourself. So just watch the video right now, and then you'll see how far people can go to enjoy themselves. I'm sure that you definitely have been watching what exactly is happening on your screen right now. You know, you've been seeing amazing outfits, creativity at its peak. What I've seen is Raccoon in the name of a dress. I have seen Wishbird in the name of a dress. I have seen Black Panther in the name of a dress.
Yes.
I have seen Lion Man. Did you see Lion Man? There's a man who actually put the mask and it looks like Lion Man. In fact, I don't know, what can be your remark concerning these outfits?
Well, I think that it is a podium where people, especially designers, get to hone some of their skills. Now, mind you, as a designer, I had the opportunity of interviewing a designer who told me that in a full year that has 12 months, he prepares his designs just to expose them during CAMIFF. Can you believe that? So in actuality, he goes around models, he goes around modeling agencies, and then gives them a proposal. All right, I'm a designer, and then I have a couple of designs that I want to actually portray out there. Now, can I get 1 or 2 or 3 of your models who have interest of attending CAMIFF, right? Wow. To actually go there and come try out my outfits, and then go to the red carpet and slay. Normally, during the red carpet interviews, they are normally asked, who is your designer, and then at the end of the day, you as the person, the model, now you get to tell the people, my designer is Panka Giola. She's one of the finest that exists in Cameroon. I mean, her skills are exceptional, this and that and that. And then they actually get to see her works physically on your body. Now, just like you said, you see a lot of things that do not even look like structures.
I see Ikuku.
I see Ezemos, like,
a lot of crazy things.
But then, ladies and gentlemen, these are things that people would kill for, especially to those who know the value of arts. They would actually appreciate all of these things, and of course go a long way to appreciate Cameroon's creativity as far as the design industry is concerned. I believe that the fashion design industry is one of the departments and industries in Cameroon that is way underrated. But I feel like we should direct more light on them. We should give them more of the spotlight where designers can come and showcase their mad talents. And just like you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, some of the outfits there are not even understandable, right? I saw one there that's just like the statue at one point. Have you ever been to Douala to see the statue at one point that's hanging
the other one
somewhere?
Looks like Ikuku, the other one looks like Spider-Man, the other one looks like... I just feel like the guy you mentioned right now that is a designer, and he goes around looking for models. I feel like this is one of the things that designers don't take into consideration. Most of the time, these designers feel like, the people should just come and be like, I want to attend CAMIFF, please do a dress for me. No! If you want to actually make sales, you have to invest into it. And you have to invest wisely, probably like a Bamileke person like me, you can put 10 million and get back 50 million. Yes, if at all you are intentional about it. So if you're a designer out there and maybe you want to get the spotlight, you want to grab it, it's an opportunity for you to show how far your tentacles can go. If at all you can draw a bird and a human being, if you can draw a cobalt and a human being, if you can even draw somebody's village person on their face, probably you should do it. And then
certainly I'm going to give it a thought, all right? And certainly that only goes a long way to tell you how impactful CAMIFF is on the entire 237 entertainment industry. I mean, they are not only focused on movie production, but then they also extend their tentacles all the way to the fashion design industry. CAMIFF is just outstanding. And yes, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, Grace at Work Productions is a very strong partner of the Cameroon International Film Festival. Some of the images that you saw displayed on your screens were taken by the Grace at Work Studios, all right? And yes, some of the outstanding videos and some of the insights that you see, the behind the scenes of CAMIFF, were taken by Grace at Work Studios. So that only goes a long way to tell you the quality of production that they can offer, maybe your events or whatsoever that you might have coming up. So do not relent. You don't want to ask yourself any questions as to where to find what Grace at Work Production Studios will certainly do. And if they cannot do it, they will tell you who can. So ladies and gentlemen, let us catch our breaths, of course, while we watch another very insightful and interesting video. And when we come back, we're going to be talking some more on the topic. Stay tuned.
Dig deeper, revealing the truth, leaving no stone unturned.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you very much for staying with us right from the beginning and even right up to now. It's an honor for us to be here with you, right? Okay, we've been talking so much about a lot of beautiful things, and now it's time for us to discover where exactly to find work. We're going to be talking about Pathfinder Group in general. They have a lot of things they do. They have hotels they manage. They have, restaurants they manage. They have lounges that they manage, and equally bakeries that they manage. But before I get to elaborate on that, I think I have a better, sweeter, and succulent partner right beside me to do a sweeter conversation about that with you, Zenden.
Did you hear that? Sweet and succulent. Sweet and succulent. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, just like the beautiful Panka here said, of course, Pathfinder is a group of companies, and under this group of companies, they have a lot that they handle. Of course, just like she also mentioned, they have a Pathfinder Hotel, and in this Pathfinder Hotel, of course, it is one of the finest hotels that has recently been established in the citadel of legendary hospitality. I'm talking about Boya, and yes, they are located exactly 300 meters away from the Mile 17 Park, 300 meters behind WDC Hotel. So those of you who are familiar with the area, and yes, in the hotel, ladies and gentlemen, they have a swimming pool, and yes, the swimming pool, of course, is that one feature where you come to cool off with your friends, your family members, and your loved ones after having a hectic and a hot day. Be it in the morning, be it in the afternoon, be it in the evening, the swimming pool is open. That is not all, ladies and gentlemen. Still inside the hotel, the Pathfinder has a very luxurious grill that you get to have a bite, especially for someone like Panka Juniola who loves a lot of peppery stuff. Yes, you can also make a stop at the hotel to grab a bite or two with your people. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pathfinder Hotel also has a multi-purpose hall for your event. It could be a birthday, it could be an anniversary celebration, it could be a wedding, just name it. But Pathfinder Hotel has that multi-purpose hall just for your event. Also, they have a lot of recreational facilities. We have the gym where you get to have, cool off and of course do some exercise to keep fit. They also have snooker boards. They have the table tennis board. So those of you lovers of sport, you get to come there and of course have a swell time. That is not all, ladies and gentlemen. Moving away from the Pathfinder Hotel, there is the Pathfinder Bakeries, and just like every other bakery, the Pathfinder Bakery offers pastries, cakes. You already know what I'm talking about. The bakery is one of the most outstanding bakeries that Boya has been operating in recent time. They are located just directly opposite the Orange office. To those of you who are familiar with the area, that is not all. Pathfinder also has a lounge that has recently been launched. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the Pathfinder Lounge. It's to be launched in no distant time from now, and those of you who will be sticking around will definitely get to find out how it is going to be launched. Trust me, it's going to be mind-blowing. I personally and Panka, of course, we are going to be there to savor every moment. Pathfinder has a lot of other affiliates that are affiliated to the group of companies like I told you, and yes, we're going to be discovering some of those affiliates as time goes on. But that is not all, ladies and gentlemen. We're not just going to be talking about Pathfinder Hotel. There are a lot of other companies and other institutions that are affiliated to Grace at Work Productions, and yes, Pathfinder is just one of them. Moving on, we also have Worship Exodus.
Dig deeper, revealing the truth. Leaving no stone unturned.